Wisdom knows there's always something to learn. And before I begin, I want to say this in love. I want to say it in light. I want to say it in truth. I want to say it in stillness. And I want to say it from the wholeness of my being. Love and light and healing to anyone suffering, to anyone who is experiencing loss, to anyone who is experiencing any kind of sickness and or dis-ease, emotionally, physically, energetically, vibrationally, astrally, psychically. I want to send love and light, healing, and wholeness into this space. To anyone that come into this space. See, a lot of times the only way to protect ourselves from becoming contaminated by the projections of society is to not accept the projections of society, to not accept the projections of commercialization, to not accept the projections of media, to not accept everything that's being projected through the internet, to not accept everything that's being projected through our peer circles, through our family circles, through our friend circles. To know how to be able to not accept everything that's being projected verbally, energetically, psychically, spiritually, so forth and so on. If you don't know, this is the time to get into the know. And those that do know, I salute you. Use what you know in your application to continue on your journey. You hear me? Wisdom knows it's always something to learn. So, but what does that mean? To me, that means that my life, my whole life, is a lesson, not just the parts. That means that in life as I know it, that I'm being prepared. And regardless of what happened, I'm being prepared with a purpose. I'm talking to somebody. Your life, when it comes to your life, as you know it, you being prepared, and your whole life is important, not just the parts. We being prepared with a purpose, for a purpose. You know, because it's time, it's time for us to live on the other side of our mind. I'm gonna say it again. It's time for us to live on the other side of our mind. And in order for us to be able to live on the other side of our mind, because all of us imagine for better, all of us imagine for more, you see, all of us imagine for peace, or whatever you imagine it for, you see, it's on the other side of the 9 times out of 10, it's on the other side of the reality that you presently living in, that you presently manifesting in, that you presently learning in. So you're going to have to get on the other side of your mind where those things come into your reality. Somebody walk with me. If you don't listen, you're going to miss it. See, it's on the other side of our mind that you're going to find the peace, that you're going to find the health, that you're going to find the wholeness, that you're going to find the abundance, you see? And whatever it is that you're looking for of good substance, of good quality, of good character. You know, the time is now while we're alive. Humanity is life's laboratory, so you might as well put yourself under the microscope. You might as well put yourself on the surgery table and do some shadow work, do some inner work, some self-development, whatever you know it as. You know, we meet people on purpose. And a lot of times the purpose that we meet people is to help us perfect our imperfections and vice versa. You know, is anybody listening? Walk with me. Why do I say that? I say that because nobody needs to be in a position, nobody needs to be in a place, nobody needs to be in a circumstance, nobody needs to be in a situation where you're compromising yourself. At the expense of what? At the expense of who? It's too draining. That's why exercise and I constantly remind us that self-love is the best love. Cause if you can't love yourself, what you gonna do for me? Yeah. Don't compromise yourself to the expectations of nothing or nobody. You know? It's life altering when we're able to go inside and be honest with ourselves. It's life altering when we're able to go inside and be real with ourselves. You know, it's life altering. And to be able to be honest with yourself and to be able to be real with yourself, take going into the heart and examining what's in your heart, weighing what's in your heart, sitting with my eye, you know, or sitting with her cock, depending on, you know, sitting with, in other words, sitting with the light and the dark of it all, the light and the dark of yourself, your higher and your lower self, and find an integration with that. It's what this journey about. Going in our hearts and doing some emotional surgery. That's why I started out off the message the way that I was led to. It's an inside job. It's an inside job for me. So it's an inside job for you. Because it's an inside job for us all. But by the work that we do, we're going to be able to see. We're going to see. If you don't see already, we're going to be able to see the work in the world. And we're going to see those in the world that ain't doing no work. And then we're going to see those that is doing some work that may not be where we at. You know, so we still have to have gentleness and compassion for them too. I just was put in that situation probably about an hour or so ago, and it was a reminder for me. It was a humiliation process for me. It was more a reminder because we all grow at different paces, and that's okay. But being able to be of use according to where you are to someone else, to help and assist them wherever they may be in the healing process, in the growing process of their journey, according to what they may be experiencing. That's a beautiful thing, and it's a beautiful exchange between human beings, an inner exchange. You know, because it don't place one or the other better over the other. It's just a beautiful exchange. That's the balance. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. It's always been us, family. It's always been us. And with that being said, it's necessary to be grateful. It's necessary to be grateful. I'm hearing things that as I'm already trying to talk, the lineage coming through. It's the lineage. Y'all bear with me. But it's a good time to be grateful. If you ain't never been, I'm grateful, you know. A lot has come to an end. A lot of karmic cycles has come to a close, you know. Not just for me, for all of us. We don't been through shift after shift, full moon after full moon, cycle after cycle, season after season. You know, we're at the end of the third quarter. We're in Scorpio season, you know, getting ready for the fourth quarter. In the month of Sagittarius. And the end of this month, November, you know, so forth and so on. But I said all that to say, have you really took a moment to look at how far you come? Have you really took a moment to look at everything you have learned? Have you really took a moment to look how far you have grown and transformed? Doesn't that excite you? Does that make you happy? Because it should. It should. It really should. And that's something to be grateful for, family. That's something to be grateful for. You hear me? Just waking up. For me, just waking up. I was grateful for just waking up because somebody didn't. See? And we gripe about this. We complain about that. You know, we have a problem with this. We don't dislike that. You know, and the whole blessing is, if you woke up today, that was the blessing. The whole lesson was if you woke up today, that was the blessing. And you know how many people ain't been grateful for just waking up? I'm gonna say it again. You know how many people not grateful for just waking up? The first thing they doing checking their stocks. First thing they doing is checking their IG. First thing they doing is checking their Twitter. So forth and so on. Waking up, man. I'm grateful. You hear me? And it's my intention to rub off on somebody. It's my intention to rub off on somebody, but for the right reasons. You know? Because I know what it's like. Growth, understanding, self-realization, and truth. I know what it's like to get the gist of it. That was my acronym. I know what it's like to acquire that. I've been through some shit too. You hear me? They say sin is believing. But how you gonna believe in what you can't see? Or what do you believe if you can't see? It's a trick. It's a trick to that. So take your time with it. But my point is saying that is because most people don't trust their own intuition, and we gotta learn how to do that. And to learn how to do that, you know, you're gonna need some time with yourself. You're gonna have to sit on the couch with yourself. Because when you come out, they ain't gonna like how you took all your stuff back and used it on yourself during the time that you sat on the couch with yourself. Now, if you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. And some of y'all gonna need to rewind it. You hear me? At least for those of us who broke out. Yeah. Breaking out this matrix. The mental matrix of it all. The emotional matrix of it all. If you here in the physical, we gotta be here. But you ain't gotta be attached to everything that's going on and every circumstance that happened and every situation that occurred while you here in it. You see, you could be in here, you could be here with it, yet detached from it, and it's gonna take discipline. You see, it's gonna take self-work, you know, to be able to see the glass and not say that it's half empty, but it's half full, baby. See, this is a whole new way of looking at things. It's half full. It's not half empty. It's only half empty to those who still down there. You heard? It's half full, man. This way we gotta get at. You know? This the way we become the gatekeeper of our own mind. This is what I will represent. I'm the gatekeeper of my own mind through the things that I experienced, through the struggles that I faced, through the obstacles that I had to leap over. You hear me? That's how you get the peace. That's how you get to love. The highest there is. Ain't nothing higher than love. Well, peace comes with love. You see? And I am what I wanted to see. And therefore I'm able to emanate that. You hear me? But that's how you, this how you get to it. If you ain't there yet, but working towards it, just keep coming back. Just keep paying attention. You hear me? Not necessarily to me, but to what you hear me say that illustrates something to you in your own mind. Pay attention to your own mind. That's how I send it back. That's how I do the elevation. You know, hack it to your own mind. When you're the gatekeeper of your own mind, there won't be no hacking you. Because it ain't no hacking, Sawu. I'm my own blueprint. I'm my own creative energy signature. You hear me? This the way the ugly duckling became the golden goose. My name is Sawu. You hear me? Yeah. The biggest blessing was just waking up. First and foremost. So be grateful. Because every opportunity after that give you a moment to create something to compliment it. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Please share the message. And that's an axe. That's not a beg. You know, share the message. Help Sawu circulate through the circleism. Put your flame in the comment section if I said something to help you change your life, or if I said something to help you on your journey. You know, that's not for me. It's for you. It helped free you or something. You know, if you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. But I hope that you catch it. You hear me? Thanks for those who donate. Thanks for those who make purchases. Thanks for those who appreciate me for being what I am, who I am, and where we going. My name is Sawu, family. I love y'all.